Hi there, my name is Reverend Joyce. I would like to introduce you today to my new book that I've just written. The book is
Yeah. Never make a promise you can't keep.
Cornmeal, these niggas sound crazy.
Try. Yeah.
Yeah.
This for everybody out there looking for that 15 minutes of fame. Sometimes it just ain't enough.
They don't celebrate you till you want or you go. Been grinding all my life, tell the truth, I was just trying to be known. When you don't make it to the top, that's on my tribe, I swear you fall all alone. Now that my numbers and my views is going up, I'm getting calls on my phone. Unless they real, I swear they never celebrate you till you want or you go.
I joke a lot, but I could be for real. I swear I miss my nigga Young B for real. Chap, let's pour some Hennessy, I need a drink for real. The future gone, my nigga never got to ink a deal. Lost the goat, the streets is cutthroat. Second guessing cause we keep on coming up short. Before my grandma passed on Dave, I was in the booth. Almost lost my fire ride, now I'm in this truth. They don't love you when you move in wisdom. They only care for what you got to give them. I didn't sign so I didn't benefit them. They expected me to lose but I got beneficial. I wouldn't let nobody write my narrative. Want the truth whatever it is. Trusting people, yeah, that's been an issue. This just another rags to riches story. The only difference I'ma give you how I all the glory. They don't celebrate you till you want or you go. Been grinding all my life, tell the truth, I was just trying to be known. When you don't make it to the top, that's on my tribe, I swear you fall all alone. Now that my numbers and my views is going up, I'm getting calls on my phone. Unless they real, I swear they never celebrate you till you want or you go. They don't care if I'm the hardest. My babies, they gon' show me love regardless. Grab my past, I swear I wanted to be heartless. Malik and Shay Berry, Mariah at my darkest. Where my brother, he got on and he got ghosts. Left me bitter, that's my nigga that I love most. Why my niggas, why they always seem to turn on me? I ain't gon' lie, that shit hurting me for eternity. Though I ain't perfect, I could learn to be. That rule came and changed me eternally. If niggas say that I didn't love them, then they lying, When they almost killed my nigga, I was crying, Some homies wouldn't, but I roll with you. So many days up in that stew, I share my soul with you. I see my old homies turn Hollywood. It's just a kite to let you know. They don't celebrate you till you want or you go. Been grinding all my life, tell the truth, I was just trying to be known. When you don't make it to the top, that's on my tribe, I swear you fall all alone. Now that my numbers and my views is going up, I'm getting calls on my phone. Unless they real, I swear they never celebrate you till you want or you go.
Are you ready to be heard? Learn music production online at the Los Angeles Recording School, a division of the Los Angeles Film School. Learn how to mold your music into a career while protecting and promoting your songs. Our program is delivered 100% online, giving you schedule flexibility and support from instructors and peers. Graduates from our school have worked with Beyonce, Rihanna, Bruno Mars, and more. So be heard and be loud. Click on the link below or visit larecordingschool.com.
When you pull up, you better call me. I'm coming out, just let them know that this ain't all me. I changed my ways, y'all better owe me. My message changed, now they don't know me. Better late than never. No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. $1 bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather. I
took the road less traveled, better late than never. Let me tell you what kind of man I become. They see your hustle and your struggle, they don't care where you from. These wicked serpents wanna know what I'm on. Build my name and legacy in this Rael, then I'm gone. Too many rappers / actors been usurping the throne. We at the bottom, truth in the song. I ain't tripping, got my Akim where I belong. Stay in these scripts, mental calisthenics, gotta be strong. That daily bread, I gotta get it, homie, I can't pause. Found success not in the industry, but keeping these laws.
Better late than never. No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. No dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather.
Hey T, forget about these clowns, man.
I took the road less traveled, better late than never.
Look, it's a thin line between faith and folly. People say they keep it real, but I keep it godly. Shout out my squad, they forever solid. Been through ups and downs and they never change, so I know they got me. Them hard times getting harder, 24 years old and making room for my daughter. Showing her the lessons I acquired from time and teach her how to keep it G when the friends start to falter. Just keep an eye for your foes, the ones that hate to see you win but always calling you bro. Cause when them seasons start to change, yeah, them colors gon' show. You gotta change your frame of thought, cause where you focus, you'll grow. I pulled a shot and then I drank it. They tried to shoot my boat but couldn't sink it. I meditate, it's clear I came a long way. And at the end, the only thing I can say is
better late than never.
Yash.
No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. No dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather. I took the road less traveled, better late than never.
I remember when there was a time when all my stars aligned, but it still went wrong. Guess that was a sign. Guess it was perfect timing in the wrong span. Just couldn't accept that it wasn't God's plan. Have you ever been fiending, obsessing day and night over reaching the goals you always been dreaming, but ain't understanding the reason? Everybody else got their turn and you waiting on your season. I had to reassess.
Oh me, I'm coming out, just let them know that this ain't all me. I changed my ways, Javeda owe me. My message changed, now they don't know me. Better late than never. No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. No dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather. I took the road less traveled, better late than never.
I'm about to drink some mud, and I think you should too. People often ask us why we are called mud water, and I get it. Drinking something called mud sounds a little iffy. I stopped eating dirt when I was 5 years old. If you're making your purchase decisions based off of the name of the product, you're not alone. It's why our shelves are full of bad-for-you products with good-for-you sounding names. Instead of playing the cute name contest, we decided it's what's inside that counts, and it's proximity to the earth that matters. Mudwater is a blend of cacao, masala chai, turmeric, cinnamon, and 4 mushrooms, all grown in California. It's organic, gluten-free, vegan,
Ain't no ghetto without us. Revelation 2:9. Tell them.
Yeah, all my brothers, yeah, we rich shock. We got the truth, we come from rich stock. That's on my tribe, I never flip-flop. Like kingdom come, now watch it TikTok. We got this truth and now we rich up. We headed back up to the tip top. Menorah golden, watch it drip drop. We in the hood, but now we rich up, yeah.
My folks stayed in the hoop, 'cause I was born in learn the trades. I was raised in the hundreds, but I ain't never joined the gang. Affiliated, I was with it, I ain't played no games. Wasn't banging, but I had to show I ain't no lame. Copperworth Entertainment, yeah, I did my thing. Until I woke up to this truth and found out we still slaves. Niggas killing over colors, time to rise up for our brothers. Time to unify our hustles, time to lead our baby mothers out to lay like Nazareth. I was raised about the gutter. For the homies I got locked up, not a word I never uttered. So for Yasharala, yeah, you best believe I'll die. This ain't Christianity, you best believe I'll ride.
Brothers, yeah, we been shock. We got the truth, we come from Woodstock. That's on my tribe, I never flip-flop. Thy kingdom come to watch it TikTok. We got this truth and now we rich. We headed back up to the tip top.
We rich.
Menorah gold and watch it drip drop. We in the hood, but now we rich. Yeah.
Reclining my seats, I'm looking at the stars. Not too long ago was blowing kush about the car. Always wanted fame until I found the 12 stars. But now a nigga rich, the wisdom got me hella far. Looking back on my life, this shit is so surreal. Like I came up on the lotto, how a nigga feel. Keep the law as the motto, now tell me what's the deal. Riding smooth, diamond chain, compliment the wheels. Yeah, that's how we pull up fly. If my brothers got an issue, then I bet I ride. Even if I take a loss, you bet I try. Cause I'ma get a couple off, and that's before I
all my
die,
brothers, yeah, we
nigga.
rich shock. We got the truth, we come from Woodstock. That's on my tribe, I never flip-flop. Thy kingdom come to watch it TikTok. We got this truth and now we rich. We headed back up to the tip top. Menorah gold and watch it drip drop. We in the hood, but now we rich. Yeah.
It's so cold in these streets, I take the heat outside. I keep a sword like Cephas, just believe I might. Ain't an army on this earth that could see these tribes. Dressed in warlike apparel, best believe we fly. It's time to get the doctrine right, it's time to feed these sheep. What we sow into each other, that's what we gon' reap. Shit, you niggas claim you bout that life. Some niggas banging for the set, but I'm an Israelite. He full of pride and full of shit, then I'ma cut him on sight. IQ ain't never gotta tell me twice. I'm a soldier for Christ, and Mashiach the king is not to be mocked. I love my nation, but 2/3 of y'all can still get popped. Blah.
Desire one Ariala. Yashamai. Yasharala.
Hi there, welcome to Forward. Come on in.
Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We're gonna go to Judges chapter 4. We're gonna start from the top. So today, we're gonna be doing a lot of reading along. Shouldn't be that long of a lesson. We're just gonna read the story, get the understanding of the story, see what happened in history in this particular time, right? Let's start at verse 1, and we're gonna read. I guess we're gonna read the whole chapter 4 and chapter 5. Let's go.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 4, and verse 1. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan.
So there's going to be a pattern that you realize in the book of Judges where we get a judge that, redeems us out of the hand of our enemy. And then afterward, that righteous judge dies. And we did good. We did really good. They saved us. We understood. All praises. We good. Let's start keeping these laws. Then that judge dies and Israel goes back into stupidity, right? That is literally the pattern that goes on in the book of Judges. So now Ehud is dead. He was our judge prior. Once he dies, we go back into wickedness, right? So now we were given into the captivity to the Canaanites, right? Read on.
The captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron. In 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel.
So we see that the Canaanites were oppressing us at one particular point. Sisera being the leader of that army, but Jabin being the king of those people, right? Verse 3.
Verse 4.
Salaki, verse 4.
And Deborah, prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time.
So now we get into our foremother Deborah, the prophetess Deborah, right? Let's read.
And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel and Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
It says, and Israel came up to her for judgment. Israel came up to her for advice. Why? Because the Lord was actually speaking through this woman at this particular time. Now, this is where, kind of a sidebar, this is where people get things confused. They believe that when Deborah, being a prophetess at that time, she was, the leader of the church. She was doing the breakdown. She was explaining scripture. She was in a position where she could usurp authority over a man, right? That wasn't the case at all. And as we continue to read, you'll see. So essentially what Deborah was at this time was an advisor, right? She was like, well, the Lord is speaking to me, and I'm going to pass on the information that the Lord has given to me. But she wasn't reading a scroll. She wasn't standing on a podium. She wasn't giving the sense of the scriptures. That's not what was going on here, right? But let's read on.
Verse 6. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinadab, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, hath not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali, and of the children of Zebulun? And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand.
So the Lord told Deborah, call Barak. She calls Barak. Barak comes. She goes, the Lord told me to let you know that through you, we're going to be freed. So I need you to listen to what it is the Lord said. Take these men from Naphtali and Zebulun, go over here to Tabor, and I'm going to have you to destroy Sisera, who was the leader of Jabin's army, the king Jabin, his actual army, right? you're going to overthrow him and his army, right? But read.
And Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go.
He said, look, I know the Lord's dealing with you. So if you with me, I understand. You said the Lord's going to deliver him into my hand. I understand that. But if you go, then I have a little more faith in it, because it's like, I know he's not going to let anything happen to you. I know he's going to hear you when you cry out. You know, we've been on our bulls recently. That's how we ended up here. So I don't know. But I know if you with us, the Lord is with us. Right? Read.
Verse 9. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor.
So she said, yeah, sure, I'll go. But remember, I'm calling you because I know that through you, the leader of this army is going to be destroyed. But it's not going to be you who destroys this man. You will destroy his army, but you will not destroy this man, right? This is not for your honor. This isn't for you to gain a name in Israel, right? Read.
For the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman.
So he will be delivered. He wasn't literally sold, but this is talking about he will be delivered into the hand of a woman. Read.
And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. Mm-hmm. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh. Mm-hmm. And he went up with 10,000 men at his feet. And Deborah went up with them.
So now, Barak called the two tribes, the warriors of those two tribes, and they went off to, what do you call it? They went off to get ready for battle, right? Read.
Now Heber, the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, had severed himself from the Kenites and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zanaim, which by Kadesh. And they show Sisera the Barak, the son of Abinadab, was gone up to Mount Tabor.
Right, and it says, and they showed Sisera that Barak was over here. So he heard that Barak was in a particular area. He's like, oh, I think they're trying to go to war with us, right? Read.
And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with them, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river of Kishon.
Right? So now we see Sisera was told, hey, Barak is over here. They're about to get ready to go to war with you. He said, shit, say less. Let's gather up the troops. Y'all know what time it is. We ain't beating up on everybody else. Matter of fact, these cats got the nerve. These niggas is under our subjection. They trying to fight us.
Right.
All right. Well, okay. Don't sweat it. And when we come down on them and we smash them, understand that this now it's going this what they thought was oppression. They're gonna wish they still had that. It's gonna get much worse. You got the nerve to try to fight us. See. All right. Let's go.
Verse 14. And Deborah said unto Barak, up, for this is the day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Mm-hmm. It is not the Lord going out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him.
So Deborah said, it's time. Read.
And the Lord discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak. So that Sisera lightened down off his chariot and fled away on his feet.
So it said the Lord did all of this. They went and they smashed these heathen. Yeah, read.
But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the host unto Harosheth of the Gentiles. And all the hosts of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword.
So now Sisera, who was the leader, Sisera, who was the lieutenant or the general or whatever you want to call him, he was the one that it was said that one you're not going to kill Barak. Barak, you're not going to get that man there. Now what you are going to do is you are going to destroy this people in battle, right? But we saw that it said the Lord discomfited, the Lord smashed on these individuals. Of course, it was through the Israelite warriors, but it said the Lord did all of this. And then Sisera ended up. Oh, I'm sorry. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. Howbeit Sisera fled away
So
on his.
Sisera got away during the war. So his chariot was destroyed. His men was getting beat on. He said, "Oh, damn." I don't know what's going on right now. But these niggas came to fight. And it's looking bad for my men. I'm out of here. So he took off. Tore up his chariot, everything. He got on the joint. He got on his feet and he took off running, right, Reed?
Howbeit Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite.
Right? So that's why they brought up Heber earlier. So he had severed himself. He was living his own little area. And so the reason why they brought that up is because now he would actually end up running into his tent, into this particular, the wife of this particular man, right? So it said he fled away. They was chasing him. They, but when they were going to war. He and his army was getting smashed on. His chariot got destroyed. He couldn't just make a U-turn in the chariot because it got busted up. So he said, damn, we on foot with it then. We out of here. Right? And he took off running and said he fled away. He got away, right? And it said he ran to Jael's tent, right? The wife of Eber. Read.
Right. For there was peace between Jabin, the king of Hazor, and the house of Heber, the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera and said unto him, "Turn in, my lord, turn in to me. Fear not."
So Jael knew this. She saw this man running. She goes, "Oh, that's
him right there.
That looked like the dude, the one that's been oppressing Israel." So I don't know if the Lord had already talked to Jael. I don't know if Deborah spoke to Jael already, and maybe a letter got sent over there. I don't know. But she saw this man come, and she goes, "Oh, there he is. Okay." As soon as he pulled up to her, come in here. Don't worry about it. Come in here. Come hide with me, right? Read.
And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle. And he said unto her, "Give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty." And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him.
Right? So this man was exhausted. He just finished running for his life. He over there got cotton mouth, ran to her house. She said, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you." He goes, "Oh, man, thank you." Get inside and just out of it. She said, Can I just have some water? She said, "I'll do you one better. I'll give you some milk." Now,
Butter on my.
yeah, right. I'll give you some warm milk. Warm milk can help you sleep. Get you some rest. She gave him some milk, gave him a blanket, said, "Go ahead, rest your head, lay on this pillow right here. You good. Don't worry about it." Got him nice and comfortable. And wait. Oh, we didn't read that yet. Read on.
Verse 20. Again he said unto her, "Stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be, when any man doeth come and inquire of thee, and say, Is there any man here? That thou shalt say, No."
Now, he done fled. He done got there. She gave him some milk. He goes, whoops. He goes, "Oh, she good people. Okay, that's cool. Look, I got this blanket, my milk. Look, I'm dead tired. I just finished running. There was a war. Shit got crazy. I had to get up out of there. I think they still chasing me though. So if anybody pull up looking for me, say ain't nobody here. I'm gonna go take a nap real quick. Let me give me some rest real quick. It just got real, right? Read.
Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent and took a hammer in her hand.
So she said, "Okay, no problem." But before all of that, she goes, "Okay, no problem." Right. He said, if anybody comes, say, nobody's here. She said, "Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it." Spoke softly to him and everything. "Don't worry, I got you. Right? That man done went to sleep, and he had that tired sleep. That man had that, I just ran for my life, had that adrenaline pumping. I know personally, and I'm pretty sure anybody that's an athlete knows that after the game sleep, that after the track meet sleep,
sleep.
That man that was that after war sleep. He's like, "Man, we just got our ass whooped. I'm dead tired.
Snoring and all
my adrenaline was rushing. This man probably ran for miles before he ran to this house." He said, "Man, I'm tired." So this man, if anybody come looking for me, tell him I ain't here. Said, "Okay, don't worry about it." He said, "Cool. Let me drink my milk real quick. I'm gonna lay down on this little pillow." I'm gonna put this blanket on. I'll be up in a couple hours. Just wake me in a couple hours. She said, okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, like, I got you. Don't worry about it, right? It said this man went to sleep. Now, what did she do? Read that from the top.
Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent and took a hammer in her hand and went softly unto him and smote the nail into the temples and fastened it into the ground.
Damn.
For he was fast asleep and weary, so he died.
So it said that she took a nail, took a hammer. She was just floating around the house, walking all dainty. Said she grabbed the nail, she grabbed the hammer, she went softly unto him, right? And then it says, and smote the nail into his temple. Now you got to understand that this nail, this wasn't just. You hear a nail, you're like, oh, it's just a regular hammer nail. No, this was what you would consider a the hell is it called? A stake. It was a stake. So you know them things that you like use to secure a tent into the ground. That's basically what it was, because it said it went through his head and then it went into the ground. So that joint was like this long. And she sent that right through his head, right through his skull, through his temple, right? It says, and Jael Eber's wife took a nail of the tent and took a hammer in her hand and went softly in him, smote the nail into his temple and fastened it into the ground. She just hammered this man's head into the ground. She just secured his skull into the floor. Even if that man would have woke up in the midst and tried to jump up, his head was stuck in the floor. He couldn't have. Right? Read on.
Verse 22. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him.
Hold on. So it said, now Barak, this whole time, now, you got to realize how far behind Barak was.
Right.
This man got there. He done laid down. He done got him something to drink. And, he didn't just throw the milk back in one gulp. He's probably sitting there talking to her, took a couple sips, talking to her, took a couple more sips. It was just a lot going on, We was going to war. Can I have a refill, please? All of that good stuff, right? Then he went to sleep. Then she floated into the other room. Came back with a steak about, I don't know, a ruler length long, maybe. While he's dead. So what's so cold is, I guess, it wasn't too bad, though, because at least she waited till he was dead sleep. He was probably drooling, snoring, all that. That was that exhausted sleep. So I guess maybe he didn't feel it. I don't know. But she made sure that this man, he couldn't hear nothing. She gave him some nice warm milk to get him all situated and comfortable. Knew this man was out of it and put his head through there. Now, mind you, there's probably 30 minutes to an hour that done went by. This whole little process that's going on about an hour long. After all of this happened, after this happened, it wasn't like Barak just popped up. She probably sitting there like, well, he dead now. Now what? You know what? Let me go clean up a little. I'm going to clean up the house a little bit. I'm hungry. I'm going to go cook a little bit. Then Barak is coming. Now Barak is pulling up. She hear footsteps outside. And Barak is running up. And she come out her tent like, oh, there you are. Okay. I knew there was a reason why this happened. Barak pulls up and says she comes out to meet him. Read.
And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said unto him, come, and I will show thee the man whom thou seekest.
She said, you looking for somebody, huh? He's like, yeah, you seen him? She goes, yeah, I got you. He's inside. He's actually inside my house. Read.
And when he came into her, and the nail was in his temples. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples.
So this man Sisera was literally dead asleep. He was knocked the hell out, and then he got put out of his misery. It said he was laying there dead. Read.
So the Most High subdued on that day Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the children of Israel.
So Jabin was the king, but the king ain't the one that go to war. But guess what? His leader of his army, once he was destroyed and his army just got smashed on, what the hell is Jabin going to do? He ain't going to go out there and fight for himself. So it said that in that particular day, the Lord spoke to Deborah to speak to Barak and told Barak, go out there and fight against King Jabin which is ultimately fighting against his army, smash on his army. Sisera, who's their leader, the general or whatever you want to call it, him, you're not going to be able to kill, Barak. But it's going to be a woman that gets him. The glory is going to go to a woman. So Barak is chasing this man, and he's like, damn, I thought, he probably in his head, like, damn, I thought a woman was supposed to do something. This nigga done disappeared. Then he finally got to a random tent out there in the middle of nowhere. JL comes out, she goes, oh, there goes a woman. She probably knows where he is. Then he goes up and he talks to her, hollers at her. She goes, oh, you looking for it was a dude, he came running out here. You looking for him? Yeah, I'm looking for him. Okay, here, come here. I'm going to show you where he's at. He's actually sitting in my living room right now, right? Goes inside, this man is dead as hell. And it says that in that particular day is when Jabin was defeated. Why? Because Jabin no longer had an army. So who is going to be scared of Jabin, this old puny man?
With no army.
Right. With this old puny man, your whole army just got beat up. Your general is dead. You didn't have nobody second in line, so now you ain't got nothing, right? Read on.
Verse 24, and the hand of the children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin, the king of Canaan, until they had destroyed Jabin, king of Canaan.
It said until they destroyed him. So, all praise to the Most High.
That's right.
That he was dealing with Deborah, and he spoke to Deborah to speak with Barak. And Barak went out there and beat up on the whole Canaanite army. And after that, the leader got smashed on, and then we were actually redeemed from the hands of the Canaanites, right? Read, let's get to chapter 5.
Judges chapter 5, verse 1. Then sang Deborah and Barak, the son of Abinoam, on that day, saying...
So now there's this whole song that I don't know if they wrote this down or if they was just out there freestyling, but they made a whole song based on this, right? Read.
Praise ye the Lord for the avenging of Israel when the people willingly offered themselves.
It says, praise ye the Lord for avenging Israel. So they gave the Most High, they sung the Most High's praises for avenging the nation of Israel. With everything that was going on, it said the Lord was the one, because we were in captivity. Even though the Lord put us in captivity, right. It said because we were his children, of course, because of what we were going through, it said we were avenged of the Lord. The Lord made sure that he looked out for us and brought us out of captivity. It says, praise ye the Lord for that, right? Read.
Hear, O ye kings, give ear, O ye princes. I will sing unto the Lord. I will sing praise to the Lord, God of Israel.
Uh-huh.
Lord, when thou wentest out of Seir, when thou marchest out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled and the heavens dropped. The clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted from before the Lord, even that Sinai from before the Lord God of Israel.
So this is just a whole song that Deborah is out here singing. She's like, praise you, Lord. Right? Read.
In the days of Shamgar, the son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were unoccupied, and the travelers walked through byways. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel until that I, Deborah, arose, that I arose a mother in Israel.
So remember, we had went into captivity, right? We had gone through bondage. Now, it wasn't a situation because when you read it, it kind of just looks like, oh, Ehud died, Israel was wicked, and then Deborah pops up. No, it said that we were in captivity for 20 years. So they're saying, what is it? Verse 6, it says, in the days of Shamgar, the son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were unoccupied and the travelers walked through the byways. It says we wasn't even out there. We were in bondage. We were locked down. We couldn't do anything. It says the inhabitants of the villages ceased. So there was no, we were basically living, it's not so much as we were, the land was unoccupied, but it was like we weren't sovereign. We were stuck under the thumb, under the foot, or whatever you want to call it, under the Canaanites. It says, until Deborah arose, that she arose a mother in Israel. Deborah was the one who, was giving the advice to Israel. was giving that comfort to Israel, who was giving that nurturing rather, to the nation of Israel, right? It said Deborah arose and became that mother to help guide our nation. This is who the Lord was dealing with in that time, who the Lord was speaking to say, hey, let the people know this. Hey, let the people know that, right? Read.
Verse 8, they chose new gods. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or a spear seen among 40,000 in Israel?
Mm-hmm.
My heart is toward the governors of Israel that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord. Speak ye that ride on the white asses, ye that sit in judgment and walk by the way.
Read.
They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
So she done made a whole, I don't know if this is, I'm assuming because this, no, you know what, it could have been written already because she knew they was going to win the war. But she made a whole song. She's talking about praise you the Lord. There was a time where we was just sorely oppressed. And then the Lord utilized me to raise up and be a mother to comfort and advise the nation of Israel. We was delivered from the wicked. We was delivered from the noises of the archer. We was delivered from war. And in that particular land, after this all happened, we would start trying to rehearse the righteous acts again. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. Awake, awake, Deborah. Awake, awake. Utter a song. Arise, Barak, and lead thy captivity captive, thou son of
Abinoam, right? So it says, awake, Deborah. It says, awake and utter a song, right? So it said we were supposed to have this victory, and Deborah, you're supposed to give us that song of victory. And it says, arise, Barak, and lead captivity captive, meaning subdue our captors. Those that had us in captivity, bring them down. That's what they want. This is their whole little victory song that's going on, right? Read.
Then he made him that remaineth have dominion over the nobles among the people.
So it said, and those that remained after they just got smashed on, it says Israel was ruling over them. Read.
The Lord made me have dominion over the mighty. Out of Ephraim was there a root of them against Amalek. After thee, Benjamin among thy people. Out of Machir came down governors, and out of Zebulun they that handled the pen of the writer. And the princes of Issachar were with Deborah, even Issachar and also Barak. He was sent on foot into the valley. For the divisions of Reuben, there were great thoughts of heart. Why Why abodest thou among the sheepfolds to hear the bleatings of the flocks? For the divisions of Reuben, there were great searchings of heart.
So now she's actually backtracking to the history of the dividing of the lands, right? Read.
Gilead, what is that? Abdo.
Where we at? Verse 17. Gilead abode.
Gilead abode beyond Jordan. And why did Dan remain in ships? Asher continued on the seashore, and Adod in his breeches.
Let's drop down. Actually, we might just drop down to the last. Let's drop down to verse 31. Let's read 31.
Verse 31. So let all thy enemies perish, O Lord, but let them that love him be as the sun when he goeth forth in his might. And the land had rest 40 years.
And the land had rest 40 years. Crazy thing is, the story of Deborah is very short. It's very straight to the point. So in summary, we had just gotten out of captivity with Ehud. He freed us. We lived righteously for some time. Ehud then dies. Ehud dies. Israel says, we don't have a leader. What do we do? Oh, look what the other nations are doing. Let's do what they're doing. Lord got pissed off because he's like, dude, we go through this all the time. Why? Right? Then we get put into captivity by the Canaanites. Then it was a couple of years that went on. And then finally the Lord said, you know what, okay, I'm going to hear you guys' cry because Jabin got Sisera really smashing on y'all. Like, y'all really oppressed out here, right? So after all of that, Deborah pops up. Deborah is this wise woman. Deborah is this what they would consider a prophetess. Now, what you also have to understand, a prophetess is one, someone who the Lord is dealing with, who's being spoken to in parables, who the Lord is telling you, you know, this is what I need you to tell the people, right? But a prophetess is also a teacher. That's why it says Deborah rose a mother in Israel. What is a mother's duty? Mother's duty is to nurture the children. Who are the children? The children of Israel. Her job was to nurture us. Her job was to comfort us. Her job was to advise us, right? But never, ever, ever, and again, this is a sidebar. I'm bringing this up because a lot of people get it misconstrued. Deborah had never at any point in time when you read through these scriptures, oh, the Lord's only dealing with me. Oh, Barak, you better listen to me. That was never the case. Deborah never usurped authority over any man. She said what thus saith the Lord. She said, the Lord told me to let you know it's time to gird up your loins and go to war. She never said, hey, let me read out of the book of the Lord and give you the sense. Right. Let me go out here and teach you what these scriptures. Never see that. Like how Nehemiah did, how Ezra did. You never saw that. And remember, they were already having this book because Joshua said this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, right? So the Levites and everyone were already theirs. It was not Deborah's place to do such. But it was her job in this particular time because the Lord was dealing with her. Hey, give advisement to Israel. I'm going to tell you what things need to be done. You need to make sure that you get that information out to the people that I need you to get that information out to. And that's what Deborah did. She was a wise woman. She gave wisdom to the people. She arose a mother in Israel. All praise to the Most High. That's pretty much the gist of the story of Deborah and Barak. It's not a whole lot to go into. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, and Israel came out victorious like we always do. And then what ended up happening right after that, Deborah died. And then Israel did the same stupid stuff that they always do, went back into captivity because we just don't learn no better. Unfortunately, but I believe we're going to get into that next week, whoever the next judge was. And in your free time, definitely go and read Judges. You'll see, like, there can only be one nation of people that the nation of Israel can be. Like, when you look in today's time, you're like, it has to be them. It can't be nobody else. I don't even have to tell you. Just go and read it for yourself. Who is this damn stubborn? Who is this foolish? Who is so essentially are the trendsetters that everybody wants to be like, but they want to be like everybody else? Who does these things? Because it says that's the children of Israel. Children of Israel does these things. So definitely go and check that out. But since class actually ended fairly short today, because the lesson was the history point was so short, I'm going to go ahead and do my usual spiel. Every first Monday, we have Bible Q&A. Last Bible Q&A, we had 1,000,001 questions. All praise to the Most High. And from what I recall, everything was answered adequately. There was a lot of people that were actually happy about that. So every first Monday, once a month, have all of your questions lined up, and we will answer them on the spot. It's called On the Spot Q&A, right? So make sure that you have your questions lined up. Whatever it is, it can be concerning any topic. We deal with it, right? So Bible Q&A, every Tuesday and Wednesday, we have classes. Tuesday is Bible Basics. Come and learn the basics, the basic doctrines, the how to get your spirit and your mind right, understanding the law, right? And then Wednesday, we have World History According to the Bible. Come learn about the biblical history of the book, right? There's a lot of information that a lot of people are missing, a lot of stories that people get misconstrued because they don't have the understanding of these particular stories. These 2 classes will definitely help solidify your foundation. It will definitely show you proof of Israel. It'll show you what the Lord requires from you. It will show you how to keep the laws. Do we keep the laws? Which laws do we keep? All of that stuff that's literally pertinent to your salvation. These are the things that you absolutely need. You need to make sure that you're tuning in so you can gain that information. That's essentially the milk, the basic understanding, which is going to solidify your faith. Every second and fourth Thursday, we have Stick to the Script. Stick to the Script is, the second Thursday of Stick to the Script is usually in the classroom or Chopper City. In the classroom, we usually have a completely different type lesson. It's something that's not usually on the schedule, something a little unorthodox. We usually try to give you something different, something special on that particular day, whether it's dealing with the doctrine that's out there that we need to get straightened, or even just, some special lesson that we want to give to you guys. And every fourth Thursday, we give you current events. We try to keep Israel current, whether it's news in Israel, news in the world, and show you how it correlates with the scriptures and everything that's going on in the scriptures. Every Friday, we have Room 144. Room 144 is the opening Sabbath class led by either Bishop Banaya, Bishop Izar, or Deacon Yashimai. So it's usually something fire on that day. You need to make sure that you're tuning in, making sure that you lock it in, making sure you liking and subscribing and sharing and all that good stuff too, so everybody else can get this spiritual food and get their spirits fed. And Saturday, Feed My Sheep by Bishop Josiah Wan and the entire panel. That class is usually ridiculous. Everyone loves it. It's always packed with information, packed with precepts, packed with the spirit, essentially. It's definitely something that you don't want to miss and you want to make sure that you tune into. So that is the schedule for our classes. Make sure that you're tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe to all the pages. Make sure that you're sharing the content so we can continue to push the content and get it out there to the people that they may start understanding the doctrine and even just waking up the lost sheep. A lot of this stuff, all praise to the Most High, people are seeing and they're wanting to inquire more and ultimately bringing them into the truth. So you guys make sure that you're continuing to share the content, because this is how we continue to wake up our people and get them out of this mindset of loving their oppressor, get them out of this mindset of thinking it's okay to be, in this wicked world. So make sure that you're liking, subscribing, sharing the information, sharing the content. Make sure that you're tuning into all of these classes. So this has been another installment, another segment of World History According to the Bible. I'm Brother Darash and his brother Yatzazar, and we are signing out. Shalom.